Okay, this is homework. 5.7. And we're going to do 15 and 17 on one video. Ready, set, go. Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared, okay? If you take a look up here, this is called the Pythagorean triples. So these come in real handy. Because the 3, 4, 5 triangle, or the 5, 12, 13 triangle, or the 7, 24, 25 triangle, or the 8, 15, 17 triangle. What that is a triple, right? So they're always going to come up nice and neat. Now, that isn't the way it usually happens with right angles, okay? But, like this one, this is a 3, 4, 5 triangle. I can see that because 2 goes into 6 3 times, right? And 2 goes into 8 4 times. 3, 4, 5. And what is 2 times 5? 10. And so I know that x is 10 just from that. By using my 3, 4, 5 triangle. Okay? But if I wanted to put it into this, then I would say A is a leg, B is a leg, and C is always the hypotenuse, which is across from the right angle. And so I would say 6 squared plus 8 squared equals C squared. Okay? And so then I would do the math. That's 36 plus 64 equals C squared. 36 and 64 is 100, correct? And so then I would square root both sides. And the square root of 100 is 10. And that's the mathematical way of doing a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So it's really, really nice when you can see that this is a 3, 4, 5 triangle, and you get from 6 to 3 by dividing by 2, 8 to 4 by dividing by 2, then this I know is the 5 times 2. Okay? So, then we come over here, alright, and we have this triangle, a little bit different, a little bit harder. Now, there is a 7 triangle, right? And it's a 7, 24, 25. And look, this is one more than that.
I cannot keep up with this bullshit.
I can slow down.
Yeah, you should. I can't write all this bullshit at the same time.
So, with this problem, we're looking at a 7, because I know that 7 is one of the numbers. If I look at it, I can tell that this should be a 7, 24, 25 triangle, because this number and this number are 1 apart. And guess what 24 and 25 are? 1 apart. So that tells me that this could be 24 and this could be 25. Because what's 24 plus 1? 25. Okay? And that's how easy that problem should be. Okay? But, no, it is. It is. But if you want to do it the way that they want you to do it, okay, then you would do 7 squared, right? Because that's A. This is B, because that's a leg. And this is C, because that's a hypotenuse. So you would say 7 squared plus 8x squared is equal to x plus 1 squared. Okay? And then this we would multiply. We would say x plus 1 times x plus 1, and I would get x squared, right? Plus x plus 1. And then I would collect my like terms here, and I get x squared plus 2x plus 1. And there's actually a little trick here. Whenever you have this perfect square, you can actually square this. 1 squared is 1, right? And then take 2 times 1 times x. What's 2 times 1 times x? 2 times 1? 2 times 1?
2.
And 2 times x?
1.
And it works every single time on perfect squares. That's a little cheat method, okay? But that's what this equals, right? So you get 7 squared plus x squared equals this, right? So now we're going to subtract the x squared. And then I'm going to subtract the 7 squared, or in other words, 49, right? So I subtract 49. And what happens is these go away, and they give me 0. Okay? And I'm left with 2x minus 48. Then I'm going to add 48 to both sides. I guess I shouldn't have moved the 49. Add the 48 to both sides. And I would have 48 equals 2x. Then I will divide by 2 and get 24 equals x, which means x is 24 and x plus 1 is 25.